Hello everyone, I am Avatar number 1. Dramas about immortals are one of the main categories of TV dramas and movies. The descriptions of the love and marriage life of immortals are very similar in dramas of immortals. They all use the model of human love and marriage. In fact, the thinking mode, behavior mode, and view of love and marriage of immortals are fundamentally different from human beings. So, are there really immortals or celestial beings in the world? My answer is that there really are celestial beings. But they are not in this world. The real celestial beings live in the second universe of the multiverse. They are high-level life forms in the second universe. Because their abilities are much higher than that of human beings. Their behaviors are like those of the immortals in the dramas. So, we can think that they are real immortals or celestial beings. There are many countries in the second universe. Where I see is a kingdom. Their regime is hereditary system. Although the ability of immortals is much higher than that of humans, however, their abilities are much lower than those of the high-level life forms in the first universe. The high-level life forms in the first universe are what we call the God, Buddhas and gods. Has anyone seen real immortals? My third eye often sees celestial beings. I can see the daily life of the immortals and what the second universe looks like. So, I know the real life of the celestial beings. What the life of the celestial beings looks like. The immortals' life is rich and easy. Their world has gold everywhere. Bejeweled flowers bloom along the roadside. What are the dwelling places of the immortals like? Celestial beings can do whatever they want. They can live in whatever. Some use trees as beds, and some live by rocks. No matter what kinds of houses and palaces they want, they can build with thought. In addition to practice and work, their spare life is mainly entertainment and communication. They don't need to eat, but they like to enjoy the food. They often hold various banquets. They also often have a drink with friends. Immortals love to drink. Their wine is colorless and transparent. The taste is very similar to rice wine. I once saw two heavyweights. One of them was the prince of the kingdom, the other was the important young minister. The prince was the master of the young minister. The prince was once the number 1 kung fu master in the kingdom, but now his apprentice has replaced him. I have seen the scene where they met. The prince and the minister each took 2 female officers. They didn't talk much. Instead, the communication was carried out by the female officers. This scene seemed rather strange. As for the prince and his apprentice just mentioned, a friend of mine, who also has a powerful third eye, often sees them. My friend and I both know the facial features of the prince and his disciples. This fully proves that the immortals' world I saw is real. The immortals don't need money, but their world has currency. Their money has no practical meaning, it's just a tool for games. Celestial beings often get together to play cards and gamble. Among them, there are also some who love to play and are greedy for money. They can also walk like people, but they don't need any transportation when they travel far. They can fly at high speeds like wingmen and reaching anywhere quickly. Immortals can also fly standing up, but at a slower speed. Their minds are purer than humans. They can communicate with language, but they use more consciousness to communicate. The way their consciousness communicates is similar to telepathy. The closer the telepathic distance is, the stronger it is. Beyond a certain distance, the two parties will not be able to sense each other. The dialogue between the immortals sounds childish and ridiculous. In fact, they have simple and transparent personalities, and everyone has mind-reading skills. Therefore, in their world, there is no crime, no betrayal, and no conspiracy. Compared with human beings, the feelings of celestial beings are infinitely more delicate. So, they have small misunderstandings and even frictions because they don't meet each other frequently enough. In such a situation, the two immortals will meet together for a heart-to-heart talk, which is what they call a negotiation. During the negotiation process, the two sides may also solve the problem by means of combat. What I can't understand is that after a fight, the two sides will make up again. Every celestial being knows martial arts, and the leaders all have super high kung fu. Fighting between immortals does not use fists and feet, but through consciousness. For example, in a contest between immortals, one side did not make a move, but scars appeared on the other side. These scars are skin trauma, do not need treatment, and will heal quickly on their own. If an immortal wants to become a master of martial arts, he must learn from a master. The masters and apprentices here are like father and son. Can celestial beings see life in humans' world? Celestial beings can clearly see human life. At the same time, they can also see through everyone's past and present lives and the future of mankind. As described in dramas, a small number of immortals will descend to the mortal world because of their curiosity about life on Earth, and there are also immortal couples or husband and wife who descend to the mortal world. How do immortals descend to the mortal world? The way they descend to the mortal world is completely different from what is described in dramas. What the immortals descend to the mortal world is only their avatars. But their true deities are still in the second universe. The avatars of the immortals in the mortal world have obvious characteristics. They are pure and kind, and never hurt others. When you find a person who is simple and a little silly, with a gentle and understanding personality, and a person who is loved by everyone, then this person is an avatar of an immortal in humans' world. The immortal couple who descended to the mortal world will love each other for a lifetime, and they are model couples that everyone envies. Do celestial beings get in love and married? Celestial beings do fall in love and get married, but their love and marriage are different from those described in dramas. Because they are extremely pure and kind, and they have the ability to read minds. It is easy for the immortals to find their destined other half and enter a sweet love when they reach the marriageable age. Then they get married and have children, never leave, and love each other for a lifetime. Immortals are monogamous. There is no betrayal during their love, and there will be no third party after marriage. Do celestial beings live forever? Celestial beings do not live forever. Only the God, Buddhas, and gods of the first universe can live forever. Immortals have a very long lifespan, never get sick, and eventually die of old age. Like human beings, they are also reincarnated from life to life. How can a person become an immortal or a god? After a lifetime of practice and study, a person will be promoted to a higher level of the universe step by step. Some people will enter the second universe. This is the so-called cultivation to become an immortal. There are also people who can eventually enter the first universe, which is the so-called cultivation to become a god or a Buddha. Thank you for watching.